Oh, I want
Okay.
to start off the thing. I thought we were on
Okay.
this.
Okay. Good. Now we're on YouTube. So there
Hey,
we go.
buddy. How you doing? How are you? This is Reverend Wayne Stills from Miracles Everywhere. It's good to be here on Monday at 4 Eastern. And we are doing the Impersonal Life today. Lynn Johnson and myself are doing the Impersonal Life. It was channeled by Joseph Benner. And it's the Spirit of God, Spirit of ourself, our higher self, your higher self, my higher self. There's only one of those. And that one self is channeled through Joseph Benner's Impersonal Life. It's a small, powerful book, that will probably blow you away if you're into that kind of thing. So I'm gonna play. I'm gonna read one thing first. I wanted just to go over this is New Year's Eve day, which is sort of the end of that little part of the year where there's a void between Christmas and New Year's, but the
Hmm.
inner well, this is the official end of that New Year's Eve day, and then we move into New Year's Eve, and then the New Year starts, and so New Year's Eve is sort of is an official holiday, and they have New Year's Day, which is an unofficial holiday, and so I was thinking about how New Year's resolutions, how they very rarely or tend to how difficult they tend to be, and how problematic they tend to be, and then I read this. And I started thinking about the idea about reinterpretation instead of resolutions, New Year's reinterpretations or New Year's reconsiderations. And so then and then I find this. And I find it. I mean, I knew about this. I couldn't find it for a long time, and then I realized, it's funny. I had it captured on 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 that inner peace thing that I sent you. And then I had it captured on a picture. I saved it on a picture. So I was looking through my pictures, and there it was. I was like, "Oh, good." So then I sent it to you. So it's kind of funny. So then, and then I found it just to make sure that it was not just like just to see the context and everything. And there it was. It was just kind of funny. Again, we come to the question of judgment. This time, ask yourself whether your judgment of the Word of God is more likely to be true. You see, you set up a dichotomy here. For they say different things about the world, and things so opposite that it is pointless to try to reconcile them. God offers the world salvation. Your judgment would condemn it. God says there's no death. Your judgment sees with death as the inevitable end of life. God's word assures you that He loves the world. Your judgment says it's unlovable. Who's right? If one of you is wrong, it must be so. So that's the premise. That's the premise for that I'm working on. This is either or. Now, if you leave it that way, a New Year's reinterpretation on anything specific or something vague. For instance, my New Year's reinterpretation is somebody up there likes me. Everything is going to be reinterpreted to that. Anything that happens to me, I'm going to reinterpret to saying, to promoting the idea in my mind, in my heart, somebody up there likes me. It's a phrase, it's a catchphrase, it's handy, and I can probably do that. And not only that, it's probably more effective. Because then the actions that come afterwards, I don't have to really focus on. I can let it flow. And whatever happens after that will actually be kind of nice. I can be a surprise. Because I know whatever happens is because somebody up there likes me. And it's just slight reinterpretation, transformation in consciousness. And everyone can do that. It's change your point of view. You either do it right away or you do it over time. And if everyone changes their point of view to something more comfortable, more pleasurable for themselves and others, perhaps we will find point of views that we can all get along. Instead of saying we're human beings, not human doings. So this was just a little quick little suggestion for the new year. Instead of trying to think so much about what can I do, I want to get that job. I want to lose 4,000 pounds. I want to do that. I want to do that. I want to get that done. I want to do all these things. If we don't get it done, then we're depressed. Now change your point of view. I don't have to struggle to get to make a living. I don't have to do this. I don't have to get done this. I don't have to do all those things to be happy. These are point of views change, the shifts in consciousness, and this is what the miracle is. You do that, you can get that done. And then more gets done because you're not even focusing on it. You're letting go. Stakes aren't that high suddenly. So what you have to get done suddenly is an inner thing, is a mind thing. You let the projections do what they got to do. Let the extensions do what they got to do. That's all. That's all I wanted to say before we start our little party here.
That's yeah, wow. That I mean that's it. I mean I mean you have a choice either because and it doesn't matter what you choose because inevitable result is going to be the same no matter what. So you may think that you can choose whatever and be unhappy or upset about what's going on or be afraid of what's going on. But if you just choose to be happy about it because you know that you're
Right.
right, somebody up there loves me and they are looking out after me. They're making sure that I can't really hurt myself. Nothing real can be threatened and nothing unreal actually exists. So the peace of God is this very thing you're just talking about.
Absolutely. And
God's
you know,
word assures that he loves the world.
exactly, exactly. And whatever you read the course, the general feeling is it teaches that I mean, those parts who disagree, but that only good comes from God. Nothing bad can come from God. God doesn't need to be put you through hell to teach you something. But the interesting thing is, it doesn't mean, in my opinion, it doesn't mean the challenges will change. It doesn't mean the externals will change. It just means that you've been looking at it the wrong way. You've been seeing the challenges that are coming forth towards you as darkness, as negativity, when it's really all light. Since you don't see what these challenges are leading towards, and you don't see the bigger picture, you'll say, "Oh no, oh no, no, this stinks. This is terrible. This is terrible. Horrible. This is horrible." That's again viewpoints. Change your viewpoint on what's going on. Say, "Well, this is actually great. This is fantastic. I get to work on myself. I get to be mature. I can work on my patience. I can work on this. I can work on that, and then I get stronger, more powerful. Now I can experience anything. I don't care what's coming next. Now, whatever's coming next, what do I care? I can kick its butt now. Look at me. I'm powerful, as opposed to letting it crush me.
Absolutely. And in fact, it's only going to make me better.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
the beauty of all of it.
And then it's light, and then it's from God. It's not from man. It's not from the ego.
Yeah.
And you've chosen your fighter, so to speak. You've chosen your defender. You've chosen your teacher.
Yep. And
That's
the only purpose is you're good.
yep. All right. So happy New Year, everyone. Let's get ready now. Joseph Benners. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I'm looking forward to the new year. It's gonna be a goodie. I'm 50. I'm closing in on 35 years old now.
You are?
Yeah, 35 years old soon.
Oh yeah, your birthday is coming up. What
Yeah,
day?
35. I'm gonna be 35.
35?
Yeah, 35.
And I'm going to be 40.
They're at woo. I mean, add those two together. I think you maybe get both of us
It's a little bit, yeah.
more closer.
Uh, no, yeah, your birthday is, what day is it?
The 11th on
The
Saturday.
11th. Our friend Sharon, who comes in here and shares, hers is the 14th. Her Sharon, Miss Sharon Murphy and Sharon Slider both have the birthdays on the 14th. So lots of good Capricorn energy going on here.
Yeah, Capricorn.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm not
So
exactly sure what that means, but that's why
yeah, well, it means
we're
whatever
land.
you want it to mean, I
Yeah,
guess.
I'm supposed to have a land animal, which is true. I'm not big on the sea.
Yeah, I like it. To me, it's just a fun way of looking at things.
Yeah, yeah.
So let's see. We're backing up a couple of paragraphs.
Did you highlight? Did you highlight it last time?
Yeah, I highlighted it last time, and then
Oh,
my
you went back
had to
to what
reboot
you
my computer, and
has
it
gone.
got unhighlighted. But this is
Oh,
where we highlighted the last time,
all right.
if that privilege.
Oh, okay.
But I thought if we went back a paragraph or two, we would know what that privilege was, because kind
Oh,
of
I
starts
see. I
out
see.
assuming you know something.
Okay.
So So I thought if we read this paragraph and then this paragraph, then we would
All
be able
right.
to make sense out of this one here when we got there.
Okay.
So that's my thinking.
You want to read? I'm sorry.
Sure, unless you want to read.
No, no, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay. So, that either any being, either in human or spirit form, that presents itself to your consciousness and claims to be a master, or who permits you to call him master, is nothing more nor less than a personality, the same as yours, and therefore is not divine, as your human mind understands that term, despite the many wonderful truths he may utter and the marvelous things he may do. So Jesus basically saying, if somebody's calling himself a master to you, recognize that you are the same thing. And there's nobody who has a consciousness that is above what yours is, what we are, because we're equal. We're all the same thing.
We're all literally the same thing. That's the thing.
All literally the same thing. Yeah.
Separation is not real.
Yeah.
So the idea that we're seeing things from different perspectives, it, viewpoints shifts ought to align you with the Son of God, with the sonship,
Yeah.
with the whole, with the greater good, so to speak, I suppose. Because what it says here, what would you just read?
Yeah. Go
Uh,
ahead.
where'd you just read from?
I just read this top
Yeah,
paragraph here.
yeah, what it says here, there's nothing more in this than a personality the same as yours. Yeah, I almost feel that it's the exact same. He's using the same personality. There's only like, if there's one ego, and there's really only one ego, which is there's one spirit. The ego is seen as many, and that's the illusion. And even the one ego is an illusion because there can't be many of anything. There can't be many of anything. Many is the lie.
Right. Because there's nothing that comes between us.
Exactly. So it's like you have personality and I have a personality. We seem to have personalities, but we don't. There's only one personality, and that's a lie.
Yeah. It's a story.
That's
Yeah.
the story. Sort of a
That's it.
personality. And the personality was once a personality, became personalities, and then we had to get rid of the personalities. There was only one personality, and one personality will then give it up to the ghost,
Yep.
which is
Just
the
call the
invisible one.
ego.
All right.
All right. So just so long as your human mind seeks or worships the idea of a master in any other being, no matter how lofty or sacred he may seem to you, just so long will you be fed with such ideas until verily I may perhaps permit you to meet and commune with such a quote unquote master.
Yes, it's so cool because no matter you feel so safe.
Yeah,
No matter what you're doing or who you're with, you're there because you meant to be there.
yeah. And if you want to call somebody master, he'll hook you up.
Yeah.
Um,
And until you're not meant to call master anymore.
yeah, you can't call.
The minute you stop calling him master, that was when you were supposed to stop calling him master. Until then, you're supposed to keep on calling him master.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I
if you
mean that's the cool part. I mean, the day I stopped calling some of one of my mentors over the years, the day I said, you know what, you're not my mentor anymore. That was the very moment I was supposed to say, you're not my mentor anymore.
yeah,
So
because he never was.
yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah,
Because that's what God wanted me to do, and that's why I did it. So there's never anything to worry about. We've said this before. You can do whatever you want. The freedom is almost unbearable.
yeah, absolutely.
The freedom is overwhelming.
So he says, so if that privilege is vouchsafed you, it will be only in order to hasten your awakening and your consequent disillusionment. Then you will learn that quote unquote master is indeed but a personality, even though far more advanced in awakening than you, but still a personality and not the divine one your innermost soul is yearning for you to know. So basically, once we figure it out, they're just another person just like you and me, then you're going to stop worshiping them or thinking that they're somehow or the other lofty. And boy, have we not seen that all
Yeah,
these people, oh my gosh, I just read, this just broke my heart. I read an article yesterday from Snadam Kaur, who I don't know if you know her. She's a singer. She does chanting, and she's uh, does Kundalini yoga. Very, very, very well known in that community, and was brought up by Yogi Bhajan, who is the one who started this movement here in this country, and have just recently found out that during his life while he was the master of this group and all these people with just such tremendous faith, he was actually uh, guess what, having sexual affairs with the people in his organization, his underlings, etc., as has been happening so often with these quote unquote masters. And we're finding out that they're abusing their students. And she is just brokenhearted because she was so faithfully believing that this master was this great man, and then finding out and speaking with all these women that he abused, and uh, uh, all the things that happened. It just broke her heart to see that. But this is exactly what Jesus is telling us here. You're going to figure out that this person you're calling a master is just another person,
yep.
and they're just doing what people do.
And they, and being that person is no different than you. It's almost like I look at it like it's a part of myself that's that person, and that person is more, but that's part of myself that's more advanced. And so I don't need to go to that person. I can go into myself and get to the same place that I'm that I've got to through that person. That
Yeah,
person is a symbol of my part of the part of myself that knows what that person is teaching me. Is a symbol of the advanced part of myself. He says that person may be more advanced than you, although still a personality. In other words, that person may be advanced more, but still, it is a part of your person. Part of your he is a part of your personality.
it is who you are.
It is who you are because it can't be anyone else. It exists in your consciousness. So that
Exactly.
person is a part of your personality. You don't need to go to that part of your personality in form. You can go into content and get it out of there. And the content will never get to you. It's always the form that when you worship the form will get to you.
Yeah. It's
You have,
just,
when you have the body, that's the body poses the problem. If I want to, if I'm, I don't know, name somebody, Yogananda. If I'm following Yogananda, I think he's the greatest thing in the whole world. I bow down before him. I think he's great. But I can get to that teachings. I can get to his teachings through my own self.
yes.
Through the stuff that he's talking about here, I can get to those teachings. I don't need to go bow down before him. If I have to do that for some reason, that's what he's saying. All right, go bow down before him.
Yeah.
It's okay. Until the day you're supposed to stop, keep doing it.
Yeah. But
And the
but
day,
sooner or later you're going to figure out that you already knew.
I'm sorry?
You
Oh, you already
already
knew. You
knew.
already knew. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. So that really, I mean, this is what this is, teaching us, is that it's all inside. We already have it.
Yes, exactly.
And that's all he's been saying this whole time. You
Yeah.
already have it. You don't
Yeah.
look
I mean,
for it.
that's who's talking to us. You.
Yeah. 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 Talking to
All
ourselves.
this information is coming from me and you. It's just, obviously we know it all.
Yeah. Okay.
We know everything already. He's teaching us.
That's hilarious.
So
So yeah.
this is the impersonal life. It's so but it's so personal at the same time. It might be saying, "Hi, I'm Lynn. Hi, I'm Wayne." That's what it's basically saying. It's impersonal, so it doesn't say your name. But if you put your name there, it'd be exactly you'd be kind of like saying the right thing. And it's something you find it's Jesus talking. If it was more personal somehow,
Right. And
you
we're
put a
thinking
name
he's
there.
just somebody outside of
Yeah,
us.
yeah, but you put a name there. So Jesus becomes very personal because it was something he becomes. He's a symbol of love, and now it's the person there. And
And
so
an
now it's
person.
Jesus, and Jesus can be me. He is within me, and he is within you. And then he set it up nicely by putting that at the very end. We're near the end, I assume, aren't we?
We're what?
Are we near the end? Aren't we near the end?
Of this book, or
Yeah, this book.
I don't know. I think there's probably quite a bit more. Let me look. It's hard to
I thought
tell.
that the whole thing about Jesus came near the end. I thought it was like the last chapter.
I don't even know how to look through this, to be
Oh,
honest
no,
with you.
no, the fifth.
I'll
All
figure
I
it
got,
out. So I'm going to continue reading
oh
then.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Okay.
can find it. I can find it.
So he says, "For I feed you with every idea that will operate to teach you the reality back of the seeming. And if I lead you on to apparent deception and loss of faith in all human teachings, then all human and even divine perfection, it is only to enable you the more clearly to distinguish between the substance and the shadow, and to prepare you for that far higher ideal I am waiting to picture to you." So yeah, he's basically saying, he may we may see some things that are going to upset us and make us think that, wow, is God even real? How can this be happening? How can I? But he says, I'm just moving you through this so that you can see that none of this is really real.
Yeah.
He's just given us stories to look at so that we can decide for ourselves what we think.
Yeah.
So he says, you can rise in your human personality only to the ideal your human mind is capable of conceiving. Through desire, I cause my will to manifest in you, and through desire, I perform many wondrous works. If you doubt this, you need only to apply the key. To think of a master is to create one.
Hmm.
I'm moving this up.
Good Lord.
To think of a master is to create one. This idea of a master by your thinking becomes what you desire and imagine a master to be.
This is all
Well,
projection.
geez, of course.
It's all projection. And again, a good master knows that. He sets it up so and I don't say good master, but I mean a master that's clever
Yeah.
will know, a so-called master will know that, and set up so he'll allow you to treat him like a sort of a Rorschach test. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Where you project whatever you think the person's about on him or her.
Yep.
So the person sits there says about anything you want him to say because who knows what the person's saying anyway.
Yeah, because he's saying what you want.
Yeah, because he's saying basically nothing
No matter what he says, you're going to hear
what you
what
want to
you
say.
want.
It's sort of like
So,
politicians do that very well.
yeah.
They say a lot. And he says, "What is that person saying?" Oh, yeah, he's saying exactly. He's the greatest thing in the whole world because he says a lot of platitudes and change, change. That's like the joke when people make fun of that. Change, 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 change.
Says what you want to hear.
That's what you want to hear.
Yeah. And you're going to hear what you want to hear.
How does that song go? Man hears what they want to hear, but disregards the rest.
Yep.
Paul Simon. I think
Paul Simon. That's
yeah.
right.
Anyway, so that's just kind of cool. So we imagine it. We imagine what we want, the masters that we want. So yes, that's what I was saying before. It's like the imagination is where that master exists. It's in your consciousness. It's in your personality.
Yes.
That master is a projection of your own personality, of who you think that person is. And so you can squash that if you want to. You can get rid of it. You can let it go. Or you can take what you want, learn from it, and let part of it go. Let the attachment go. That's really what you should be doing, is let go of the attachment to it. Because then
But
you can pick and choose.
if you get to see that what you're getting exactly what you're asking for, then you can do away with the master part and just
Be your own
recognize this is what I wanted.
be your own master, exactly.
That's it. So,
Kind of like what was his name? Captain Kirk. To hell with the little hell with that machine.
hmm
So I got in the car and rode away. Yeah.
yeah, we just started watching those from the beginning again. They remastered the Star Trek, so We started watching.
Star Trek? What do you mean Star Trek?
Yeah, from the very beginning.
Oh, you mean the Generation?
No,
Oh, the original, the
show,
originals. Oh, the
the
originals. Okay.
original Star Trek. Yeah.
Oh, really? Me, you and your husband, your
Yes.
partner?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Those are great.
Yeah.
We got
Yeah.
those. I mean, my kids say that too dated for them. But if I could, if I that's what I never got into them. When they were really young, I started out with Generation. Actually,
Mhm.
I started out with Voyager. That's their favorite Voyager. With the Janeway company. So, because that's what they saw the most of as kids.
Mhm.
But the original with Captain Kirk are my favorite because even though they are dated compared to the modern day ones, the stories aren't.
Yeah, the stories are really compelling.
Yeah, and when 5 minutes, 10 minutes into it, you forget that the ship is a little old, filmed old. It looks like the ship of Captain Kirk.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So we're looking at it and we're thinking, oh yeah, those things are actually salt shakers that they
Yeah,
want to look like,
exactly.
this and but
But
you
within 10 minutes, who cares?
yeah, you get over it.
You have a very really it's a story that's compelling. It's a relationship between Spock and Bones McCoy. I mean, and then and Kirk is compelling, and it's all it's who they are, and and the philosophy behind the show that works so well.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And
Yeah,
these,
and
I
that,
guess they remastered them so that they're uh
really.
it's been better, I don't know, better video. I don't know
So
what it's
what channel is it on?
I'm not sure. I'll have to find out. I'll find out and send you a message and let you
It's
know
probably
what.
on. It must be on CBS. That's what it's on now.
Yeah, something. So
Paramount Plus, probably.
probably Paramount Plus.
Yeah,
One of those things we pay for. So
yeah, yeah. Oh,
uh,
they changed it. They changed all the titles of everything. Peacock. I mean, it took me a while to put that together when I first saw it. That it was NBC. Yeah, Peacock was a peacock symbol.
yeah, yeah.
For a while, I was a peacock. What the hell is that? It's a funny name for it. Oh yeah, NBC Peacock. Yeah.
NBC Peacock. Yeah.
It took me a little while. It's Paramount Plus. I kind of figured that out pretty quickly because I know Paramount and CBS were the same, but took me a couple of days. Oh yeah, Paramount CBS, Paramount CBS, ABC. They were
I don't even know.
freeform TV with
Freeform.
ABC.
Okay, I'll have to look for that.
No, they just changed now. There's something else. They have names that have nothing to do with. You'd never know. I don't
Yeah,
know. You'd never know. ABC has different names for their channels that have nothing to do with ABC, or at least the inside their inside jokes. You
yeah.
know.
Whatever it is. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I'm sorry.
well, I don't watch that much TV, but my husband does. So, because I'm usually in here messing around with this stuff. So,
Yeah, yeah, you
I
are.
don't, but just over the holiday, kind of just
We've been watching Chicago Fire.
yeah, I've
Chicago,
never seen that before.
Chicago. We live here in Chicago, so it's kind of a thing now. My wife and I and the kid,
Yeah.
and we're watching PD. And we do it in order because those are all interconnected shows. They're all
Oh, okay.
interweave. So we just finished 3 seasons of Chicago Fire. And now we're gonna watch 2 seasons of PD, and then Chicago Med. So I'm pretty much going crazy now. Everyone's I see fires everywhere. People getting impaled on poles and terrible stuff. The images, you won't believe the images in my head right now.
Wow. Yeah, that sounds pretty awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds pretty awful. That's why I don't watch that kind of stuff.
I
Keep
know.
that away from
I
me.
know.
But
I
but
just,
I was going to ask you, that movie, that new movie, the kind of Dracula, Nosferatu.
I've
Have
heard of
you
it.
seen that? It's supposed to be really horrifying.
Oh, well, then
I know your daughter likes to watch a
yeah,
horror.
well, I try to, I let her come up with those as a suggestion. I don't suggest.
She might want to watch that one because
Sure, yeah.
yeah.
I went to one movie. I went to a theater was Smile Two.
Oh yeah,
I went to the
that's
theater
pretty
for that
awful
one.
too.
That
And then
was a scare. That was a
Wicked.
scare. Wicked, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, horror movie. I mean, Wicked was good though. Wicked was fun.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. Wicked is
Ariana Grande was good as Glenda.
she's a talented young
Yeah,
lady.
very talented.
Holy cow. Everybody in that is really
Oh
talented.
yeah, they're all very good. All
It's
very good.
amazing. So yeah, good job.
Yeah,
So, yep.
they could have ended it there. I mean, you get the with the and there's another one coming out next year, but that even that says that that half says it all.
Yeah.
You know, at the end, she's like, you know, on the
That's
broom.
one of my very favorite songs too.
Yeah, yeah.
I love
I
that song.
hope you're happy.
I hope you're
She's-
happy now.
Yeah, it's funny. Mm.
Yeah.
But it's
Well,
weird. It's weird because the ending they show her at the end, and she's like, she's dead, and she almost seems happy about it. So, between that point and Glenda, what happens to Glenda?
yeah, just
Mm.
well, Galinda, she picked the wrong, that's why
Yeah,
the whole idea of the good and the bad is just
yeah.
so
They complicated it. I mean, it was more clear cut in the original Wizard of Oz.
yeah.
You had the good and the evil.
Yeah,
You
it's
know?
about, but you never realize. But I read the book of Wicked, which I guess is not really like the movie.
Oh,
Uh,
it's not.
there's a lot more stuff in the book than is in the movie. But it's pretty compelling. You're like, oh my gosh, this wizard was really a jerk, and
Yeah, yeah. Well, like in the Wizard of Oz, it wasn't so much. It was more of a. It was more our. I looked at it like he represented more our point of view. So that
Mhm.
when Robert referenced to how she was so afraid of death, and she saw death as such a big deal, when
Yeah,
actually it was no big deal at all. He said, "What you thought was gonna be a big deal was no big deal at all. What you thought was gonna be a giant shout was nothing. It was just a quiet little nothing." So that was what I saw him. That they were so scared of the wizard, and the wizard was nothing. He was a little small little man who just said, "Here, take your you already have all the courage that you need. You already have the wisdom that you need. You already have the brains that you need. You already and then you have to find it yourself." And that was what it was. So it wasn't that he was so much of a corrupted. It was that he was a projection of our own issues. Now you find out actually he's a killer of animals, and
yeah. That
and now this is a
you,
whole different story.
yeah,
It's
you
like,
really it changed your mind, changed my vision of him for sure.
yeah.
But
You
yeah,
know, so and then the witch, which was just the archetype of evil, is now a different archetype. She's like the oppressed one.
right. And she's out there trying to
Save
help
the
people that are
exactly,
being persecuted.
exactly,
So,
and Glenda, who was just who never came at the very end of the very end of the movie in the original one. She wasn't even in it until the end,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
She came very and almost as if deep breath. She was just so shallow.
yeah,
It wasn't even shallow as much as she was weak.
yes, yeah, yeah,
That's why she was so likable. Ariana Grande played her as sort of like weak and hopeful.
yeah.
You know
And
what I mean? She was a hopeful girl that just was weak and didn't want to cause any problems. She just wanted to be a leader of people. She wanted to be well liked and be a leader.
exactly.
And
And poor little Nessa Rose killed
yeah,
the house.
yeah, exactly. Well, I
In the
don't
book,
know.
in the book, she didn't have any arms.
Who?
In the book of Wicked, Nessa
Yeah.
was the little sister. She didn't have any arms. She wasn't in a wheelchair.
Oh,
She just
really?
didn't have any arms.
Uh,
But they probably couldn't find anybody who didn't have any arms to be an
I
actress.
also I didn't realize that the wizard was also her father.
Yes, the wizard was also her father.
It was yeah.
Yeah.
He was in the beginning. It was why she was green or something. I guess I don't know
Yes.
why that
Well,
made her.
the place where they came from was a color territory. It's weird.
Oh,
But
I see.
yeah, he was not a good guy
No,
in that books in that so
no.
and in the movie now for sure you got Jeff Goldblum being he's such a good character actor.
Yeah, he's great. He's great. Yeah,
All right, let's get back to our book here.
yeah, yeah.
So, in other words, by your thinking, you build around this idea all the qualities you imagine a master possesses, like the Wizard of Oz. You think he's a
Right.
master. Your human mind, though, through desire, through aspiration, through worship, must needs create these qualities in some imaginary being who is still a personality, for you cannot as yet conceive of an impersonal being.
Yeah, that's exactly what we were saying.
Yeah,
The wizard. He was an imaginary being to these people who were seeing him as some sort of
yeah,
personal evil, not evil, personal, loud, powerful spirit who was out to help them, kind of.
Yeah.
Maybe if you sort of like an Old Testament spirit God. What do you want? You know, like a, how dare you come to me? You know, I'll kill you for coming to me. And state your requests, and I'll be having to get the hell out of here. So that sort of thing. You know, and and that's sort of like what's but really it was that was their perspective. That's the idea that you have. He
Yeah.
was really just a little man that came out. You know, it was really the son of God. Hi, it's me, Jesus.
There you go. There you go. The book continues. Therefore, according to the intensity of your desire and thinking, must this idea sooner or later come into actual manifestation, either by attracting to you such a personality in the flesh, or when entitized in the realm of visions and dreams. So either we actually see a person that we believe is this character, God, whatever, or we imagine this character. And we do, we imagine a lot of characters and give them uh, godly, whatever
Well,
conditions.
so what do you think that means? We either manifest it in the flesh or we imagine the person. We imagine it in our heads.
Right, uh, well, even the character of Jesus.
Oh, I see.
You
Oh,
know, I
I
know
so,
Jesus is not a man walking around
oh,
here.
I see just what you're saying. So
But in my mind, the
yeah,
character of
oh
Jesus
yeah,
is this character.
yeah, I see what you're saying. So like spiritual gurus and the higher consciousness, we tend to be in our imagination to,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
I see that all the time. You know, there's people that talk to Michael the Archangel, and there's
of
people
course, yeah.
that talk to, I mean, there's all sorts of characters that people are getting messages from and writing books about. What's, yeah, there's just a bunch
Seth,
of them. And, you know,
Seth's the popular one.
they're basically imaginary characters. They always have been imaginary characters.
Yeah, and this is to a certain extent that's okay because the imagination is where it would be anyhow.
Yeah,
It was where that would come through. They would, and where else? Imagination is just another word for it's almost like the consciousness when used creatively.
yes.
I mean, consciousness is always creative, but it's when you're noticing it from a creative perspective, you call it imagination.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I mean, consciousness is always creating. Thoughts are always creating. When you notice it from a creative perspective, when you get on that wavelength, we call it imagination.
Right.
And then, all right, now I'm gonna see, I'm gonna ride the wave of imagination and check that out for a little while.
And
And so you notice how it's being creative, and then and that's where you would see all the people that you're creating. And that'd be the way to do it, I guess. And then you can observe, hey, how you doing, Guru so and so? How you doing, Jesus? How you doing, so and so? Yeah, and all the other gurus that you have, which could very well be people in your family for people who have passed on.
yeah.
And I'm sure my father is plays a role in my guidance. I hear his voice a lot when I hear the voice of God. It very often comes to me in the voice of my father.
Wow.
I mean, little things like, oh, yeah, you get him, kid. Stuff like that. Yeah, because I don't really hear monologues from Jesus very often. I usually hear small little intuitives like uh, intuitive motivational things.
Right. But you know that's your own mind
Oh, of course I know that.
that's presenting itself as your father. Just
Yeah,
like, it's my own mind that's presenting itself as Jesus talking to me
of
or
course,
an
of course,
angel talking to me because that's the only place it can be.
exactly. I mean,
So,
everything's gonna come through there.
it's not actually a personality that lived here before and has passed on and now they're, talking to you from somewhere else because there's nowhere else for
Well,
them to be talking to you from. It's only from within you. So,
right.
but we get so confused. And this is why this is what he's talking about. That the human mind is incapable of understanding an impersonal being. So we have to make it personal. We have to
Yeah.
make it be, somebody talking to me.
And that's what Jesus personifies. He's that being that he's God sending in Jesus and the Holy Spirit. That's part of that whole story.
Exactly.
Immediately, God sends in Jesus and the Holy Spirit to help us. That's part of the story because there was no sending in of anyone. Part of
Yeah,
the story is that they were sent in, and now we have Jesus to help us in our story.
right.
But that's all part of the story.
It's all part of the story.
But once you realize that, okay, then now I can go to Jesus and talk to him in the story here.
Yeah,
I can do that. I should try to stop doing that, but I can do that. So you can stay in the dream if you're lucid, then you have fun in the dream.
that's it exactly.
If you don't know you're lucid, then you have a problem.
Right.
So if you think you're really talking to Jesus in this dream, you have a problem. But if you
Yeah,
know what you're doing, you'll have a blast. Talk to Jesus. Eventually, one day you'll realize that you've been talking to yourself the whole time.
yeah. Well, yeah, but people think that somehow the other talking to Jesus is going to change the situation, that they're going to ask Jesus to do something for them because Jesus is a magical guy and he can change things for you. But there's it's a concept in our minds. And the only thing that can change is my own thinking. That's
Right.
the only thing that can change.
Yep. And
So,
that's what I say. Change your viewpoints.
yep, that's it.
Jesus will help you with that. He said, Jesus can tell me how to look at this differently. He'll say, oh, yeah, all right. He'll help you with that.
Yeah,
But if you say, Jesus, can you do me a favor? Can you help me get that job? He'll say,
right.
I'll give you a different point of view about the job if you want. I'll give you a point of view about jobs in general if you want. About working, about struggling, about emotional attachments to jobs. But whether or not you get that job or not, that's up to you.
Yeah, and you're going to get that job and you're going to hate it.
Yeah, for all I know, you have the job. You have the job. Who cares? The question is, where you coming from?
Yeah,
And I'll tell you, any point of view you want, as long as you're coming from the place of peace. Then it doesn't matter if you have the job or not, because then it's up to them.
yeah,
Then it's up to the people that are there. Your job is done almost. You're walking in peace, and you're gonna walk out in peace. So what do you care?
yeah. What do you care? Yeah,
Exactly. If you
yeah,
walk in and out in peace, and what do you care what happens in between? That's their problem now.
that's right.
Yeah.
Let's see, where are we at here? Okay, so as your human mind is constituted, it at certain times thinks it needs a master, one to whom it can turn with its human trials and problems for explanation and advice. That's what we're just talking about.
Yep.
Thinking life's problems can be settled that way. If I draw to you one who fails you or deceives you and throws you back finally upon me, your own self, and
Mm.
discouraged, disillusioned, and humiliated, it is only that perhaps then you will be ready to turn to me within and will listen to my voice, which all these years has been speaking to you, but to which your proud and egoistic mind has not deigned to listen. So yeah, he's saying you're going to be disappointed with all these masters until eventually you go within and listen to your own mind, which is where I'm speaking to you in the first place. It
Yep.
may appear to you that you're speaking to me through Wayne or through, Jesus or through some
Mm.
other, but really it's you're talking to yourself
Yes, exactly.
this whole time.
Yep. Enjoy you. You're talking the end result. Remember, everything you're seeing is in the past.
That's right. That's
Everything there
it.
is. So,
So you who have not yet had this experience, who have not yet met the master of your aspirations, either in human or spirit form, you within whom my words have failed to awaken a quickening response to their truth, for you I have in store certain experiences which will surely lead you to me later on, and then you will be brought to know that I am the master, the inspiring idea back of and within every thought of and every aspiration towards a master that enters your mind, whether coming from within or without. It is taught when the pupil is ready, the master appears. And this is true in a sense, but not as you have interpreted it. Your secret desire for a master will bring him to you, but only when I have prepared you for such appearance. But such appearance will be only an appearance of a master. The true master or teacher, when he appears, you may never recognize, for he may be hidden in an interesting friend, a business associate, your next door neighbor, or in your wife or husband or child.
That's interesting.
Yeah, yeah,
You may think you see I may be seeking, try to find a master. I may think I have a guru that's the best soul in the world. I'm looking at Jesus. Meanwhile, my wife is my master.
yes,
And all the fights or all the good times, all the ups and downs have been meant to teach me what I need to learn about life.
that's right.
And she's the reason why. She's my savior. We're all each other's savior, and that's mine. I mean, I'm guessing, but I'm saying that could be what the
Yeah,
deal is.
I think it's going to turn out that everybody is.
Right.
That you're going to, once you start recognizing it, you're going to start seeing it. Oh, wow. This whole time I've been being fooled, but, you know,
Yeah. It's true.
it's been you all along.
It's been you all along.
Yeah. It says, you who have risen above desire, you who no longer seek a master or a teacher, or even me, but are abiding alone on the path of my eternal presence and promise, for you I have in store a meeting and a communion which will bring your soul such joy and blessings as your human mind is incapable of conceiving. Now this is a mystery, and until you can comprehend it, you are justified in claiming the above as not consistent with certain statements herein and as contradicting teachings in my other revelations. Fear not, this mystery will be revealed unto you, for you truly wish to know, if you truly wish to know my meaning. Until then, why in your seeking be satisfied with anything short of the highest? Why seek in human or spirit teacher, guide, master, or angel for the necessarily limited manifestation of my perfection when you can come directly to me, God within you, the omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent, the inspiring of idea back of and within all manifestations. Yeah, why?
Uh, we're scared to get rid of everything.
Yeah,
We have to let go of everything. It's personality. Like dumping the personality. It's a tough one.
yeah. And
That's
it,
me. That's me.
yeah,
Dumping me. I like me.
well, and I think I just don't think I'm capable of or worthy of or something. If I
Yeah.
could just recognize that I am as God created me, which is what A Course in Miracles tells you over and over and over, then you just remember, oh yeah, God already did created me this way. Why am I looking for someone else to tell me who I am or what to do?
That's the thing. No matter the evidence to the contrary, God is your. You have to. You are as God created you. God created you healthy, perfect, peaceful. So no matter what the circumstances around you say, you are happy, healthy, and peaceful. You don't have to try to be happy, healthy, and peaceful. You already are. And all the others to the contrary are illusions. That's what it means to be an illusion. It means that the ego is putting stuff out there for you to look at that are the opposite of what's really true. Every time you pass a graveyard, you say to yourself, and there's no one dying.
Uh,
Wrong picture, wrong picture. And then you pass the graveyard, it just remind you of life. Now, every time you see a graveyard, you'll say, people never die. Graveyards become easy now to look at because they represent the opposite. And so, that's the idea. So,
that's it.
yeah.
So let's see. So you are a human personality,
Yeah.
yet you are divine and therefore perfect.
Well, thank
The
you.
first of these truths you believe, the latter you do not believe. Yeah, yet
That's
both
true.
are true. That is the mystery. You are just what you think you are. One or the other. Which are you, or both?
That's what we just read.
Yeah, yeah,
Right, of course.
yeah. That's what we just read in the course.
Yeah.
Exactly that
Which
very
one?
same thing. And let's go look at it again. Again, we come to the question of judgment. This time, ask yourself whether your judgment or the word of God are more likely to be true. For
Yeah.
they say different things about the world and things so opposite that it is pointless to try to reconcile them. God offers the world salvation. Your judgment would condemn it. God says there is no death. Your judgment sees but death as the inevitable end of life. God's word assures you that he loves the world. Your judgment says it is unlovable. Who is right? For one of you is wrong. It must be so.
Typical of Jesus. He asks you a question, he obviously, oh, gee, I wonder what the answer is.
Yeah,
Gee, I think I'm right.
yeah, this is exactly the same thing he's saying right
Yeah,
here. So
exactly. Yeah, he
yeah,
is.
this is crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, wow.
Where were you? I speak with any voices now, I guess.
Yeah. So
Where-
you are one with me.
oh, yeah.
I am in you, in your human personality, in your body, mind, and intellect. I am in every cell of your body, in every attribute of your mind, in every faculty of your intellect. I am the soul, the active principle of each. You are in me. You are a cell of my body. You are an attribute of my mind. You are a faculty of my intellect. You are part of me. Yet you are I, myself. We are one and always have been. That's the big mystery. That is, it's so easy to get caught up in. How is it possible that I can be me and be this at the same time? And it's because my mind is so limited in its ability to understand this stuff.
Yeah.
You can't understand it.
No, it's like, I guess, a drop of water trying to understand the ocean.
Yeah,
Yeah, it has no reason to even try though, because it is the ocean. It's in its own little world.
right. If it didn't
Yeah,
know itself as being some separate thing,
yeah, and then so that could be part of the problem. So on the deepest level, we have no separation consciousness, which we don't, and so there's no way. And then on the non separation level, we have no consciousness. See, we don't really have any they don't come together. They're separate from each other. In other words, there's no real existence. The spirit is not really cognizant of the mortal. Make sense?
yeah, um,
So the idea, what did you just read last? The one with me, myself, and we are one and always have been.
yeah,
I am soul, you are me. Yeah. So what it says there is that we are exactly. It's almost saying that God is a giant mind. We know that, but we are cells. We are cells in His mind, and well, cells in His body almost. It's almost, he's painting a picture almost of a large body, an invisible body, and just that we are cells. We have cells in our body. We are cells in His body.
yeah,
And since the body is in the mind and produced by the mind, your body within body within body within body within body. You are faculty. Well, it says, I am the soul, the active principle of each. You are in me. You are a cell in my body. Because you are one with me. I am in you. You remember in your mind, your body. I am in every cell of your body, in every attribute of your mind, in every faculty of your intellect. So we know that. That makes perfect sense, right?
yes,
Because we know that God's in our body, is in our cells.
right,
He's in the very fabric of our being. I am the soul, the active principle of each. You are me. This is the word part. You are a cell of my body. You are an attribute of my mind. You are a faculty of my intellect. You are part of me. You are I, myself. We are one and always have been.
yeah. That's pretty mind blowing.
It's almost as if he's in us. He's one with the fabric of our circle body, and we are one with him, fabric of his body, which you could say, like, if you reference Ernest Holmes, the universe itself would be the body of God.
Yep.
the cosmos itself, the outer picturing of God's desire,
Everything,
everything.
everything.
Uh,
Oh man.
all
So
right, so we you want to end it here?
yeah, why don't we go ahead and I'm just get this paragraph I'm gonna try again highlighting
Yeah,
and see if it'll stay.
maybe we'll think about that a little more in the paragraph.
Yeah, I had a man, a big computer, the whole system meltdown in the craziest way. And over this past uh few days, and I don't even know what happened, but it everything got my Amazon account got shut down, all kinds of stuff.
Oh, it's terrible.
And for what, just I guess to get me, excited. I don't know. But
I don't know. Well, it's working out at least, right?
yeah, when it's all cleaned up. And
Yeah,
as we were just talking, I was thinking, the whole time I was having all this stuff was going wrong, and I just kept asking the Holy Spirit, help me, help me, help me. Really, I was asking my own self,
yeah,
shouldn't be knowing that everything was going to work out, and just, I was thinking I was asking something outside of me to help me out, but in reality, it was my own self the whole
yeah,
time.
yeah. You did to yourself.
I did it to myself.
You started the whole ball rolling. All right, so can I play a song? We time for
Sure,
that?
yeah, please play a song.
All right, so first I want to say thanks everyone for coming by. Murders everywhere. I don't know if you this different passages we read today were very easy. So if you learned something today, that's great. If you learned one thing from us today, that's great. And if you want, if most of it was a bunch of like, what the hell are they talking about? It's one thing, then you walked away better off than when you got here. So I always learn a couple of things at least when I'm talking to you Lynn, about this, and I walk away better than when I walked in to start with. So thank you as usual. Thank you so much, and we'll be back tomorrow for Anxiety to Love, and Thursday is gonna be me yapping. Um, and so until then, I'll see you tomorrow before New Year's. Tomorrow's New Actually, today's not New Year's Eve day. Tomorrow's New Year's Eve day.
Yes,
I started the whole thing saying today was New Year's Eve day, right?
you did, yeah. And I was like,
Ah, this is
okay, that's fine.
you're
But
so
today is
nice.
New Year's Eve.
Yeah. You're so nice. Wayne, you're an idiot.
No, no, I just was like, maybe that's a different definition than I've ever
No,
had.
no, my
But
mine,
I was
mine,
willing
mine was
to
wrong.
let it be
All right.
because,
Well, all right. So here's a song
well,
for everyone. It's a song. It's a fun song. It's just in line with what we were talking about today. It's "Choose Your Fighter" by Ava or Ava Max. Wait a minute. Of course, I have to share my sound because
yep, share that sound.
I always forget that when you don't share when
That's
you
one
share.
thing I just don't understand. Why don't they just automatically share your sound?
It would be nice. It'd be
Well,
nice.
that'd be so nice.
Yeah, but it's all right. It's no big deal. All right. So once again, it's yeah.
Or fighter, whatever you desire. Life is like a runway and you're the designer. Wings of a butterfly, eyes of a tiger. Whatever you want, baby, choose your fighter. I know this world can be a little confusing, no walk in the park, but I can help you solve the riddle. You're perfect as you are. If you wanna break out of the box, wanna call all of the shots. If you wanna be sweet or be soft, then go off. If you wanna go 6 inch flat, wanna wear hot pink or black, don't let nobody tell you you can't, 'cause you can. You can be a lover or a fighter, whatever you desire. Life is like a runway and you're the designer. Wings of a butterfly, eyes of a tiger. Whatever you want, baby, choose your fighter.
love
Choose
it.
your fighter. Good song, huh?
Yeah, that's how I get
Choose
my
your
steps
fighter.
on my Fitbit.
Oh
Dancing.
yeah. Hey, you're right. Thanks to this dance. Play that song every day. A lot of steps that way. Yeah, a lot of steps that way. Well, all right, it's a good song. It's a good song. Choose your fighter. Choose your fighter.
I love it. Thank you so
Yeah,
much, Rippling
absolutely.
Skills.
Thank you, everyone. God bless everyone.
Love
And
you,
I'll see you all
brother.
tomorrow over here. Tomorrow it's 12:30 Eastern.
Yep. Looking
Me
forward
and
to it.
Audrey will be here tomorrow doing Anxiety to Love.
That
So,
I love it.
so
That's a
that,
great book, and I love Corinne Zupko.
yes,
She
absolutely.
is she is an inspiration.